Hey guys, welcome to Rocket's Motorsport here with another video. This is MotoGP at Le Mans, and as you can see it's raining here in qualifying and for the race, and we've already crashed. Yes, spoiler alert, these conditions are not the easiest, and as you'll see several times during this weekend, we're probably going to do this and chuck it on the deck, and the bike's probably going to destroy itself. But hey, at least we're not the ones paying for the bikes we rebuilt. That's the KTM factory. Thanks lads. Anyways, we're going to turn 1. And into turn 2, this left-hander, it's very tricky, and it's such a hard turn 2, that you're probably going to see that happen quite a bit as well. Now, this fast right-hander at La Chapelle, we've just run it a bit deep, but I'm wondering if Chris here is on a lap, because he's on my eyeline, and I'm a little bit distracted by my eyeline, and we've high-sided. Huge crash for us in qualifying, and that is not what we wanted when we're going beating our lap time in Sector 1. Right then, 4 minutes and 34 seconds on the clock, and we've invalidated the lap time. And for good measure, the tyres have decided they were going to high-side us on the exit anyway. Right, 2 minutes and 24 seconds left on the clock this time round. Can we beat this lap time? We got JJ in front, we missed our apex, so we put the power on, trying to get back to the apex, and it's not quite worked, and we're on the deck again. Right, 1 minute 50 seconds on the clock then. We validate both our lap times, and at the final corner, the front end says no more, and around the front goes. Now, 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock. This is surely going to be our final run. Heading into turn 1, and it's fast right-hander. Into turn 2, this left-hander, which is in fact turn 3. I don't really know where turn 1 is then, if that's turn 4. And off the exit of turn 4, into turn 5, into La Chapelle. This right-hander is called La Chapelle. Very tricky in the Moto3 races. We saw a lot of crashes here on the oil. We get very close to almost validating this lap time then. On the exit here, on the power, going fastest in Sector 1, so we're beating our lap time. We're up into turn 7. This is a very tricky corner in the wet, as you saw earlier, but it's not as tricky as turn 8, which is coming up. This turn 8 corner is extremely treacherous in the wet. Even in the dry, it's hard enough. But it's this double right-hander, turn 8 then. You want to clip the apex, hold in line for turn 9 on the exit, or is it still classed as turn 8? I think it's still classed as turn 8 actually. Bit weird how this works at turn 1 and not at turn 8, you know how it goes. Right, into the chicane we go then. This is a very tricky chicane, it's a left-right. Got to make sure we nail this into turn 9 then, and into turn 10. On the exit, the bike almost high-sides us, but we keep it all together. That's the timer gone. We're 1.1 seconds up on our lap time here. This could be a really fast lap time. We keep it together then. Into the left-hander, turn 12. We missed a few apexes this lap, so it could even be quicker than this. So I wonder if any of the boys will be able to attack us, or are they going to be taking it easy and not checking up the roads. Into final quarters we go then. Last quarter time. We're on the exit. We just about get the drive we wanted. The wheel comes up. They're wheeling onto the straight, and we beat our lap time for 1.4 seconds in the end. We'll take that pole position, and Chris is in second with JJ third. That was a tricky one. Right, time for the race then. 10 red lights, and they haven't come on, but they have on the top left. That's what we're going to have to go off of. And Chris has moved across to us on the straight, just like he's done before. And that has caused us to almost crash there on the grass. Very dangerous stuff from Chris. And we've gone through in the middle of JJ and Chris. They're into turn 2. Into this tricky turn 3 then. Is anyone going to outbrake themselves? We do. Oh, the bike almost crashed us there. We had to pick the bike up there. Luckily not getting a penalty for that. JJ's taken the lead here of this Grand Prix. And that is definitely something I did not want to happen. Into La Chapelle though, JJ, I don't know where he is. I know we're on the outside of JJ, but JJ still with the advantage coming out of La Chapelle then. It's JJ with the advantage still here, as now tipping into this tricky left-hander. A dive bombing JJ, just like that. JJ's crashed. JJ apparently tucked the front because there was contact between us and JJ, but I don't think there was on our screen. So we waited for JJ, and while doing so, Chris got the advantage, and we've messed up, breaking up and hit JJ here, who is still winning this Grand Prix after the fact we waited for him and let him through. Now, back into this left-hander. Is anyone going to send on anyone? Of course we're going to send on JJ again. We've done it here before, and we've done it again, and get past JJ, although we lose the rear. JJ's hit us. Okay, JJ, you want to play 30? I'll play 32. So yeah, JJ picking the advantage back up there through contact. So now into this tricky right-hander. Chris has crashed. And Chris's bike has crashed us out as well. I said that right-hander was tricky, and Chris has just shown us how tricky it is by taking us out with him. Right then, on the exit, this corner messes up on our rejoin as well, so I wonder if Chris is going to be able to get past us. Oh, we got caught on the curb there as well, but Chris at this point is still behind us, so they don't really want him behind us, we're going to be chucking off the road that much. Right, into the chicane we go then. messing up our braking point just a little bit going into this corner, but so far, oh, we're off the track. Please don't give us a penalty, and the game hasn't. Although, Chris, what are you doing there? Chris? Oh, and then there's contact between me and Chris, and that's put us both on the deck. Chris, what are you doing? It talks about rejoining track dangerously. That was more like a suicide mission from Chris to us. Alright, Chris, you want to play like that? We can play like that too. Onto this back straight, then into power mode 2. Full throttle on the straight, getting past Chris, moving across to him, showing him who we are. We're not going to let him do that and get away with it. So we hit him on the straight. Right, it's turn 2, it's turn 3. This tricky left-hander, then please don't tuck the front. I've done it here so many times already. Oh, we just about get through. It's turn 4. Turn 4 is when we're going to tuck the front. Oh, that's going to be the slowest crash in history. Right, into this left-hander there, which is turn 12. Tricky corners in those corners, that's for certain up front. Chris, I see you here, buddy. You're still in P2. I could really do with that. As Chris has crashed. Chris has crashed into the corner. That's fantastic news for us. We're going to the last corner and accelerate out turn 14 along the start, finish straight, complete another lap and on to lap 5 now. And now, catching JJ at a rate of knots. We get caught on the white line though. That's a huge crash for us. We've crashed here in the race out of P2, and that is a humongous crash. Somehow, we didn't lose too much time. Actually, we say that we lost a lot of time, and I think Chris managed to get past us here. Got to rejoin safely, so Chris gets the advantage back on us then, and that's how you're supposed to rejoin Chris. Take notes. Right, we do the switch back on him though, as onto the straight. We had a more straight line speed into him. It's his right hander though. Chris very late on the brakes. We do a switch back on Chris. We forced him onto the curb a little bit though. I don't know what happened to Chris after that, but he's now behind us again, so that's good news for us. Onto this straight, there we go. Chris still behind us, and we can head into this next chicane, which is still tricky as before. And in these wet conditions proving even more trickier. Chris really clearing us here. I can feel the pressure coming from Chris. If we mess this up, Chris is going to be able to get us into this next right hander. We do mess it up a little bit. Chris dive bombs us into the right hander then. Surely he's going to run in deep or top front, and he has it. He's managed to pull it down to the apex. Nice run in there by Chris. Are we going to send it on the inside of Chris? Of course we are. We're going to think about it though. Around the outside, it's going to have to be into this penultimate corner then. Chris with the inside line though should be able to hold us off here. We do the switch back into the last corner though. He definitely wasn't expecting that. Side by side through turn 14 to complete another lap here. And the pair of us is literally just letting JJ win this race at this point. We really need to focus on JJ here and stop batting with ourselves. But we're ignoring that at this point as we make a big mistake here. And that's giving us a penalty. What? Okay, that's giving us a penalty. That's certainly interesting. I don't know how that's giving us a penalty. And yeah, I'd like to get that removed. Can we get that removed? No? Oh, okay. Into La Chapelle, then we sit up Chris. Say sorry, but we're not really that sorry. It's bike racing. Chris, though, not happy with that, so sweeping the back through. We did the switch back with Chris, though, into the left-hander. And now into the left-hander we go. Chris still on our inside. Of course he is. Still got... we still have to give him space. We need to stop battling. We're going to let JJ escape. Chris with the inside line again, then. Into this tricky turn 8. Okay, a couple laps into the future, and Chris is chucked up the road at turn 8. I said it was tricky, and he's proven it to be just that tricky. Now, we don't have to worry about Chris, we can focus on JJ. That's exactly what we've been doing for the last couple of laps, and really putting the hammer down to close it up on JJ. And on lap 9 here, with just under 5 laps to go in this Grand Prix then. 2 quarters to go in this lap, and we're going to dive bomb JJ. We tuck the front though, we crashed. Okay, we need to hurry up and get this bike reset as quickly as possible. JJ also crashed, I believe. And this just helped Chris get back into it, really. That was a mistake by me. I didn't mean to do that at all. And at least nothing really happened except for Chris maybe getting a little bit more time. It's turn 3. It's turn 4. JJ, that's a corner cut and a half. Maybe we need to give you a track map of that one, because that's a corner cut I don't want to see too often. Anyway, into La Chapelle we go. JJ wants to get on a different line to us, and we make contact. That's on me. I went for a move which wasn't really on. JJ didn't see me. And yeah, that's my fault. And it's now rejoining the track. Chris has got to be on our tails now. JJ's crashed again. And to avoid his bike, he's crashed into JJ's bike. I tried to avoid that by putting more power. I know what you're thinking, put brake on, but I just tucked the front and put brake on. So power was the only way to go there. We let JJ back through because kind of was my fault. I put him on that line. So we're into P2 still. I don't know where Chris is. I think he's behind us. Yes, he is. Right, into tricky turn 8. Chris very late on the brakes, dives from us from a long way back, but Chris somehow hits the apex every time, except when he tucks the front. But yeah, Chris managed to do that quite well. Got the KTM power against the Yamaha power in the straight line. The KTM is always going to win this battle, but the Yamaha is so good on the brakes, so good on the corner speed. Unlike the KTM, if I try to do that as a KTM, I'll just cut the front or a high side up corner. So I do have to be careful with this KTM. It's going into the right-hander. We still dive bomb on Chris. Somehow we didn't crash there. Neither of us had crashed, actually. Don't know how we both managed to stay up there, but we stayed up there. Give us both penalties, though. Oh, just about lose the rear there. Great save by us. Keep this bike on 2 wheels. But not really what we want, as JJ is still winning this Grand Prix. How is JJ still winning? Right, going to the last corner we go then. Chris getting very sideways out of the corner again. We've been in this situation before, Chris. And he's really got to learn how to use power 2 on the straight, because as you can see, the KTM is just going faster. And it's going into turn 2. And dive bombing JJ into turn 3. Of course we are. Get the inside line, get it pulled down to the apex. And somehow we've taken the lead from a long way back. JJ's not going to like that one bit though, going into La Chapelle. This right-hander. Is JJ going to send it on us? Oh, we're going to send it on ourselves, and we ran it way too deep. Surely that's given JJ the advantage. Yes, it has, and it's given Chris the advantage. We make contact on the exit there. So Chris back into P2 then. And this is going to be a bit of a frustrating way to go for this Grand Prix, I think. Now, going to this left-hander, turn 7. Ooh, Chris, very tentative on the exit. Was very much the opposite here, risking everything to get past Chris. Going into turn 8 then, it's right-hander. Both us latest on the brakes. Chris just about holding it there though, goes off the track because we were definitely later on the brake than Chris. And somehow, neither of us tuck the front and we both get away with it. On to lap 12 then, a long way into the future. JJ still with the advantage, but that's got to be changing soon. And it's going into turns 1 and 2. Just about JJ stopped us from crashing. But I think we're going to crash into turn 3. Yes, we are. It was just the wrong line for us because JJ sat up way too early there. That's caused us to dump it on the deck. And once again, Chris is back in front of us. That's once again not what I wanted. Right, couple of laps to go this Grand Prix then until the end of it. It's turn 7, this tricky left-hander, and Chris has tucked it, and that's the end of the race for Chris, I think. I don't think he's going to catch up to me or JJ. On this final lap of the race then, JJ is 1.5 seconds in front. We've closed down gaps like this in the past. We could do it again. Into turn 2 we go. Carrying a lot more corner speed than JJ. We've definitely half the gap down already, surely. Into turn 3 we go, and now in turn 4, JJ still with the advantage, but track extending a little bit, and we get a bad exit. Oh, this is going to be tight if I catch JJ or not. Into La Chapelle, this right-hander, which I've been struggling with. We had to set up there because we were going to hit JJ on the exit of La Chapelle. There we go. JJ still with the advantage at this point in this Grand Prix. Into this left-hander, then turn 7. Me versus JJ continues this battle. Chris further back, I don't really know what he's doing, but he's out of it. Now, JJ, let's see what you've got on this throttle. We've pretty much lost our tyre wear. JJ's been able to accelerate there, catching very much a huge advantage of us doing that. As the tyre is now orange, so we have to be careful. It was always high side there, going into turn 8. That would have not been good. And you can see how much the rear is affecting us here in the second sector. Very much losing time to JJ. He's really extending here on the gaps here. So I really need to nail this last sector to have any chance of getting back past JJ. Into this left-right chicane. Corner cut it a little bit, but it is the only way we're going to catch up to JJ. We already have more penalties, so we've got nothing to lose. But we have to put pressure on him. Going into this right hand, and then as just about onto the green again now. That's another penalty added. JJ still at this point has got less penalties than us with just 2 corners to go though. Are we going to send it on JJ? Not really enough of a gap then. We're going to go round the outside of JJ. Of course we are. 1 corner to go then, round the outside of JJ, putting full trust in him to not crash, and he hasn't. Round the last corner then, up to the line, we beat JJ. Whew, that was close. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this race. JJ wins on penalties. Great job by him, and rider of the day.